There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Who's ready for this? Where were we at? We're gonna skip ahead in some of this, but I want to look at these new maps. I want to look at these new maps before we get playing the game. Where we at? Because of course in the beginning, you know, they're just like, we're Battlefield and y'all said things, we listened, and here's us showing you gameplay.
We've heard your feedback about the kind of map experience you want in Battlefield loud and clear.
Have you?
And that is why Season 3 opens with our reimagining of a classic Battlefield 4.
Okay, hold up. Pause. Jarvis, zoom in. Can we zoom in? Alt, control? No, we can't zoom in. So this is Gold Mud Railway from Battlefield 4. I'm trying to see what differences I can see. The base is on the side by the little hangar bay. The train. Seems pretty much the same so far down here. I definitely feel like I'm seeing more cover throughout the map. More vegetation. I don't remember like all these different patches. And then E and F. From up here, this looks basically almost exactly the same as the OG Gold Mud Railway. But I know they're supposed to be redoing it, so I guess we'll see. But if I have to say anything, it looks like, especially like out here in the fields, like there's more cover. But so far, when I'm like actually looking at what I see here, it looks almost identical to the Battlefield 4 map. Let's continue.
Railway to Gold Mud.
Okay, wait. Yep, okay, so train. This has always been here. More trees, maybe. This is that same little square where you battle for this objective here. Okay, from this view, I'm gonna be real, this looks almost exactly the same. But like up here looks the same. If I can move that a little bit. That looks the same. Yeah, I'm just trying to, like, they say it's like reimagined, quote unquote. And I'm trying to see the difference, and I'm not seeing a difference.
Railway to Gold Mud, which will be the biggest map in Battlefield 6 yet. Nearly 4 times the size of Mirak Valley.
4 times is crazy.
Into Tajikistan after the events of the campaign. This fan favorite,
I mean, it looks really good.
Optimized to match Battlefield 6's visual quality and gameplay. This means we're...
Okay, so this would be the northern part of the map. Now this looks different. This looks way different. These were finished buildings. Like, this was all housing in the original. So it looks like they are reusing a lot of assets, which is fine from generally throughout Battlefield 6. That's fine. They can use reuse assets if they want. But, you know, this was a house. This was a house. These were all houses throughout this entire thing, which looks like they kind of are adding more. Like, this will probably serve a lot more in other game modes like Rush, like, you know, this will probably be where domination is, stuff like that. So this whole area has been completely overhauled. There's definitely a lot more cover and movement. I mean, it might play out really good. It will be kind of sad to see that you don't have all these houses that you can decimate. This looks the same. But anyway.
Cover, larger aerial spaces, and more opportunities.
So there's definitely a good amount of housing you can destroy.
For strategic play when it comes to close quarter combat and long range.
I'm gonna pick this whole thing apart.
We've already begun testing Gold Mud.
1, 2. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different vehicles all in frame right here. Oh wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was 9. That's a 10. We got the jets. They're definitely focusing on the adding back in the vehicle gameplay
long-range engagement.
and like upscaling the vehicle gameplay. So it looks like there's going to be a lot more vehicles than there was on the original.
We've already begun testing Gold Mud in labs.
Possibly. Again, this is not out yet, so all this is subject to change naturally.
Lines to vehicle balance to time to kill to cover and more. We already have a lot of feedback to get the map ready for Season 3's launch next month.
Kind of watching these monitors. Yeah, there's like a lot more foliage on the ground.
And we
I'm definitely making it
can't wait for you
visually
to get your hands on Battlefield 6's
an upgrade
biggest
for
map
sure.
yet. And later in the season, another
Okay, now here we go. I'm excited for this one. Grand Bazaar.
legendary map arrives.
This looks like it is on the south end of the map. I believe what would be the south end of the map. And there's a bunch of tents and stuff around here that you run through.
Cairo Bazaar, our updated take on Battlefield 3's Grand Bazaar.
Frame by frame in it, I don't care. I don't know who else did this, but this would be the main street on the side. Okay.
This
Okay, here's the map. So here's C, this would be the hallway. Okay, yeah, then A right here, this is the back street. This should be, it's either this or this should be a overpass that you can get up on top of if they're being faithful. There's an objective here, yeah, usually B. This is the main side street you'll look up and down on. This is E right here. This is where all those gazebos and shit would be coming around over to here. It's not the biggest map in Battlefield history, but it's definitely
is a
a
full
fan favorite remembered one.
experience with fierce firefights in tight alleyways and buildings designed for dead.
This hall definitely looks revamped.
Bushes that highlight our signature
And you should have lots and lots of doors on the sides for all kinds of different flanks.
structure. As part of Season 3,
Lot
we'll
more
be
cover in the
introducing Battle Royale
streets.
solos as an official mode, as well as the beginning of our ranked play experience. We're incredibly
Ranked.
excited to bring ranked play first to Battle Royale.
It's good for, okay, they're going to talk about how they're bringing it into the main game mode, but if I'm being honest, I don't know that the main game mode really needs it, but I think, you know, for those who want to play RedSec, I think, you know, ranked is cool. I like RedSec, it's cool. Don't care that much about it compared to the main game, but for those who like Battle Royale, having this ranked might keep people a little bit more who want to run the ranked grind. That could be
Cloth in
helpful.
RedSec.
Okay, that's from RedSec, yeah?
We're looking forward to getting your feedback and building this experience with you in and out of Battlefield Labs. Rank Play's debut in Season 3 sets the stage for this thrilling competitive experience that will not only evolve in future seasons, but expand to other modes, including Battlefield 6 multiplayer, as we build new ways to showcase your
Okay, so for me, how do you incorporate ranked mode into the multiplayer? You know, is it like performance based per match? You know, does it have to do with your, you know, is there a win-loss ratio that adds into the performance if your team wins? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, how do you play in ranked as easily when you have, you know, these maps with like many people? You got like 32, it's like 64 people on a team or in a match. How do you do that with the ranked? I mean, it makes sense in Battle Royale, you know, you get more points the farther you make it and survive, and how many kills on top of that. But like, you know, am I getting ranked points per kill? Am I getting ranked points per objective captured? How do I D-rank? You know, a lot of questions.
skills in Battlefield.
In July, Season 4 will arrive. And with it, we'll now have land, air, and sea
Okay, this is gonna be sweet.
balance. That's right, naval warfare is coming to both Battlefield 6 and RedSec. As you take the fight
This looks like Wake Island. I know this bridge.
to the Pacific, you
Oh yeah, literally right there. Yeah, that's exactly where he was. Um, Seeing how they built it in this thing, it looks pretty similar to the original. This looks like it's on the opposite side. Pretty sure these buildings are usually like over here. Could be wrong. I'm just hallucinating. It's been a hot minute. Battlefield 5, I think, was the last time we played on Wake Island.
Experience
Oh my. Okay, these are new, right? They're definitely changing it up, which it
the new
deserves.
naval-focused map called Thule Reef, even larger than Goldmud, with gigantic air and
Okay. Let's look it up. It looks like the hotel from Hainai Resort from Battlefield 4. Definitely a different layout though. So this looks like it would be a really hot spot in a way. Hopefully there's ground levels or at least a couple levels inside that you can play on, and it's not just a building you run around. And if they were smart and wanted to do some levolution, just like back in the day, this whole building starts coming down. This would be their chance to really like start bringing some of that in if they wanted. Another question will be this airstrip, I'm sure will be an active airstrip. And I'm pretty sure that these are supposed to be active as well, these aircraft carriers. But like this burning part of the map is the part with the fires. Is this all active playable map right here? I want to know that. This looks like it would be a fun little hot spot. Maybe a domination area over here, kind of like right here. Hopefully you can climb that tower, you get a sniper vantage point. If there's any point on this map that's out of bounds, I think that's just absolutely stupid, because why? You know what I'm saying? It's surrounded by water. The water is the out of bounds, you know, like this. I need to be able to climb here. I need to be able to get up, like, and imagine an objective on top of this little hill. That'd be sweet.
spaces that will begin
I
testing
like
in
that.
labs soon. And that's not all for Season 4. We also have the return to Wake Island, one of the
Okay. Aircraft carriers. That's a lot of, I mean, this is concept art, but that's a lot of naval ships around in the background. I haven't seen any like destroyer,
Most
like
of-
gunships that you can pilot. Seeing a lot of mini boats. I guess that could be one. It's got to be pilotable.
celebrated maps in the series history.
Okay, it's pretty standard.
Aircraft carriers with operational flight decks, new naval base vehicles,
Operational flight. Hey, okay, look at that. Boom, right there it is. That counts. That's got to be it right there. What does he mean, operational flight decks? So you mean just like to take off from it, right?
aircraft carriers,
Operational flight decks.
operational flight
What is this? What did we just see on the inside here? This is inside the ship. And then look right here, he's got a reference. They got references. That's all, dude. If they really go all out, he's got a reference of an actual aircraft carrier right here. And he's working on inside mapping.
operational flight decks, new
Yeah, references, look at that. They're using Dell monitors. Come on, man. All right.
new naval base vehicles, a dynamic wave system that makes ocean combat even more intense,
That could be nice.
and of course, naval base challenges with
I don't know what they mean by dynamic. Does it change over time, or like, is it just waves?
exclusive rewards. We'll begin testing Season 4's new maps in Battlefield Labs soon.
Wake Island. Oh, that looks new. I don't ever remember. There was never like there's like a sunken cargo ship in the middle of Wake Island. That's new. That could be a whole. That's a whole objective. Look, I don't think there's ever been a objective in the center of the islands. That could break up gameplay so much on Conquest instead of just having to run around the entire horseshoe, the entire map, to have an inner objective to fight for and to move from point, point to point across.
Can't wait to hear what you think.
Since launch, we've heard of several features you'd like to see in Battlefield 6 and RedSec. We
Probably go
plan
through
on
this
bringing
part
these to
pretty
you
quickly.
this year, alongside a sea of
Just let
ongoing
this one
quality
play
of
a
life
little more.
updates and combat improvements to make sure Battlefield rewards your passion for the series. We'll give you more details as we begin testing them in labs to gather your feedback. But today I can confirm a server browser with persistent servers to give you
Finally. What is this? Is this Gold Mode Railway?
even more
Are they trying to like throw a little hidden shit in? What is this map?
options to host and play your preferred experiences as well.
This is Gold Mode right here. We're inside. Look, there's the deck. We're
as
inside the
custom
map.
Game lobbies.
Little
Leaderboards
details.
to show which players are dominating the world of Battlefield.
Leaderboards.
Spectator mode, so you can sit back and watch your squad in action or cast the action live as it unfolds. The return of platoons, so you and your squad can connect and play together. more
Platoons, that's
efficiently.
pretty cool. We never did, I mean, I always had a CK platoon going, but we never really cared that much about platoons, but, I mean, I didn't, but I mean, hey, for those who, that's cool.
Proximity
Good,
chat,
good
which
shit.
gives you even more ways to communicate.
Proximity chat. I feel like this is awesome. It is, but I also kind of hope that they have an option to turn it off and toggle it off and not hear other people on proximity. Mostly because you get like, imagine maps, right? Like some game modes, you know, some games proximity chat is sweet, but imagine maps like where you're on these tight corridors and stuff, and you're just like stacked with your team on top of each other, and there's like, you know, 30 people in one area and everybody's just shouting all at the same fucking time. Like, on one hand, yeah, it's not a bad experience to turn on and toggle on, and that could be cool, especially if you're like asking people for ammo and doing things like that. But on the other hand, like, dude, that would get kind of annoying at times. You know, this isn't Arc Raiders where you're just running into a couple people here and there and you gotta like have these conversations. This is like, you know, there's gonna be just a bunch of dudes screaming and all this other kind of stuff if it picks up, and it can be fun sometimes, but sometimes maybe something you really want to just toggle off, you know. I don't know. It's never been in Battlefield, and I don't think it ever really needed to be in Battlefield. I think Battlefield does need a little bit more of a way to communicate with other players, as most multiplayer games do. That kind of, aside from proximity chat, I feel like that's something that multiplayer games have kind of been lacking, I'm not gonna lie.
With your squad and the ability
But I don't think every game needs proximity chat either. I don't know that it works. It'll be cool. I'm not saying it won't be cool, but you know, I think sometimes it might just be like really awesome at first until it kind of overstays its welcome.
to eavesdrop
Unless people like start chilling out on it and it's not so bad, we'll see.
on enemies to make tactical power plays. We're also dedicated to doing a rework pass on 2 maps, New Sobek and Blackwell Fields, using Battlefield Labs to help raise the quality bar on both based on your feedback.
All right, they're fixing these maps will be really cool, as long as like some of these like Blackwell Fields just needs like the edges expanded slightly, because like some of the out of bounds areas really make absolutely no sense at all, and if the outer edge was expanded, like we should, this entire area right here needs to be more like playable. Why is that there and we can't just run there?
And after we've worked with you to evolve rank play in Battle Royale, we'll deliver the Elite and Open Series as promised. The pinnacle
What is that, like tournament? Tournament?
of competition in Battlefield. Today, I can also confirm that as a holiday surprise, we'll be dropping a 3rd map into Season 5.
3 maps. Classified. Trying to get a read on what this is.
You'll have to wait to learn about them, but I will say that the roadmap does offer a hint of
It's giving me Dawnbreaker vibes. Dawnbreaker. Bringing us back to Siege of Shanghai would be sweet, but especially if they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it at night. That'd be crazy. But the only night map that really was like a legitimate night map in Battlefield was Dawnbreaker. I mean, it was kind of like night until it was dawn, which was cool. That'd be a fun map if they could add a lot more destruction to it. That'd be a fun map.
Where you'll be
Or it could be like Times Square. I saw some people online saying like Tokyo. Could be. I think that could be cool. But I also think gives me Times Square vibes. But if they keep doing what they're doing and bringing back old maps, I could see Dawnbreaker.
We have so much amazing content coming across all these seasons. Massive maps to bring Battlefield's brand of chaos to life. The return of naval warfare so you can experience land, sea, and air battles. Requested features will launch and continue to build alongside you like Ranked Play and Server Browser, and the launch of the Open and Elite Competitive Series. All of this alongside our commitment to continue to evolve.
Like this. I know this might seem stupid in like a small little detail, but the yellow herb reminds me of Dawnbreaker.
And make the core gameplay experience in Battlefield even better. We have a ton of details on weapons, gadgets, and vehicles you will get to master. We even have a few surprises we can't spoil today. I hope this sneak peek of what we have coming in 2026 has you as pumped as everybody working across Battlefield Studios. We're committed to evolving Battlefield. We can't wait to take you on that journey this year and beyond.
Yeah. We'll see. This is pretty cool. Hell yeah. All right. We're excited. We'll see how it comes out. And if it's cool, then, you know, hopefully it brings a lot more of the player base back and keeps it going. I can imagine a world where, you know, after the end of this year, you know, the player base has come back a good bit and is, you know, sort of become stable. You know, just as most Battlefields, they end up building themselves up over time. But, you know, so far, at least I'm excited for Season 3 in particular, as it is, just to like get some of these large maps in and see how they fit into the rotation.